Of course, Kenya with a 38-0 win against Spain, the Challenge Cup quarterfinals. Remember, in the next probably 1 hour from now, Kenya will be playing Argentina in the Challenge Cup semi-final. We'll be keeping an eye on that and we'll be bringing you the results from the London Sevens, which is the second last leg of the World Sevens series. Now, still on rugby, let's move to Kitui Sevens, where Homeboys RFC were crowned the champions of the second edition of the Kitui Sevens. The DJs thrashed stubborn Miro RFC 10-0 in the final played at Ithokwe Grounds in Kitui County. On their way to the finals, the DJs demolished Masaku 73-0 as Miro saw off Hurricanes 19-12. Menengai Oilers were victorious in the ladies category after defeating Sanchat Impala and Black Peas of Uganda. The winners walked away with 500,000 shillings.
Right time, Menengai Cream, Homeboys RFC. Wow, wow, wow. Right time.
Let's move to football now. And the national football team, Harambee Stars, came from a goal down to register a 2-1 victory over New Zealand in an Intercontinental Cup match, while Saprit Singh put the All Whites into the lead. Clifton Mieso equalized for Kenya before Ovela Ochieng grabbed the winner. Of course, Harambee Stars getting a 2-1 win over New Zealand in the International Cup that was played yesterday. So let's take a look at the fixtures for the national football team, that is Harambee Stars, in the Intercontinental Cup that is being played, rather the Hero Cup that is being played in India. Kenya's first match was against New Zealand that ended in a 2-1 win. And then tomorrow, that is the 4th of June, Kenya will be taking on the hosts India. And then on the 8th, Kenya will be taking on Chinese Taipei. Those are the fixtures for the national football team. Harambee Stars next tomorrow. Kenya will be playing India. Then after that, Chinese Taipei. Remember, the top two teams in the different groups in this tournament will face off in the finals that will be played on the 10th of June. That is the fixtures for the Harambee Stars in the Hero Cup that is taking place in India. Remember, Harambee Stars got their first win, a 2-1 win against New Zealand, a match that was played yesterday. So let's move away from the Hero Cup and come back to the Nairobi County games that were taking place this morning at Jamhuri High School here in Nairobi. Rotuno Kwenyike paid them a visit and filed the following reports.
So these are the Term 2 Starehe Sub-County Finals, and we have a number of schools in participation, including, among them we have Starehe, we have Pangani, we have Parklands, we have Jamhuri, who are the hosts, and of course we have Ngara. There are a number of events going on through this day. We have netball, we have volleyball, we have football, and we also have indoor games. This is inclusive of badminton and also table tennis. And currently going on, as we speak, we have football, which is going on right behind me. And the teams playing this, we have Pangani versus Ngara. These are the girls' teams. And the game has just ended, and it has ended at 3-0, of which Pangani take the day with 3-0. On course, we have the girls netball, and if I may refer to my notes, Ngara was playing versus Pangani, and by the end of the first half, which is inclusive of 2 sets, we had the scores at 18-1. And also on the other side, we have volleyball going on, and we see quite a number of schools have joined us today, and all in anticipation to witness the final. 2 teams from both sides which will get to proceed to the final. And joining me at the moment, we have the principal of Jamhuri High School, who is also the chair of the Starehe Sub-County Sports Association. So kindly introduce yourself.
I'm Fred Award, Chairman Starehe Sub-County Sports, and also the host principal of Jamhuri High School.
And how are the games today?
The games are okay. We started yesterday with the finals. We had the under-16 finals being played yesterday, and today we have the under-19 soccer games, volleyball, we have racket games, that is badminton and table tennis. Lawn tennis ended yesterday. We also have netball and volleyball.
And we see a number of schools have turned up for this event. Maybe tell us, how has the tournament been in the run-up to the sub-county finals?
Yeah, the tournament has been very tight. We have played 2 weekends where we had the preliminaries. We used weekdays and the weekends. Most preliminaries were played at Pumwani Secondary School. We also have cross-country, heptathlon and decathlon, which is taking place at Starehe Boys Center. It started yesterday. Cross-country was there this morning, and we are finishing with heptathlon and decathlon that will, in another 1.5 hours, we shall be able to call it a day.
As compared to last year, what do you think about this year's games? What has changed? What has improved, rather?
This year we have had, the teams are much more prepared. We believe that when we go for the regional games that are going to start next weekend in Nairobi school and other schools, we should be able to do well. We expect that all our teams, hopefully, will all reach in the semi-final stage. We have a lot of hope in the soccer teams, and we believe that we should be able to do well.
You've mentioned the next level now. Speaking on behalf of the Starehe Sub-County, how prepared do you think are these teams for the next level?
The teams are prepared well. By when we started last term in February, March, the teams were already participating in various competitions. And when we have opened this time round, we can see the teams are doing well. So even as we prepare for the under-19 soccer, which is pitting the host Jamhuri and Pumwani boys, we expect that we'll have a very good final. The girls have just ended and Pangani has gone through. Volleyball, we also have Pangani and Ngara taking it up. And we have also just finished netball, where Pangani have emerged victorious.
And we had a number of final playoffs, that went on during the morning hours. How did this go?
Yeah, the playoffs went on well. We've had the playoffs for the soccer, that is Pumwani and Starehe. I have yet to get the scores in the morning. We've also had the volleyball. I was in volleyball where the Jamhuri beat Pumwani 3-1 in the playoffs. That is for the boys, and that's very encouraging. Yes.
Speaking as a principal of Jamhuri, how has Jamhuri as a school performed in these games?
So far we are okay. Jamhuri, we won the under 16 yesterday. We beat Pumwani 3-1, so we are progressing to the finals, the regional finals. We are hoping to also win again, but you see, all these are my teams. So whichever team wins from this end will still be my team, because as their chairman, we will support the Starehe Sub-County team. Volleyball, we are number 3, so it's a good progression. And we're hoping that we'll get 1 or 2 also qualifying in badminton and and table tennis.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. So that is just some of what has to do with the games taking place this weekend at Jamhuri High School. And on to the next level. After this, we have the regionals. After the regionals, we have the nationals. And eventually, we have the East Africa Games. Back to you, Robinson.
Well, thanks a lot. That is Linda Rotuno at the Jamhuri High School. She was there this morning where the Nairobi County games, school games are taking place. So let's move away from the Nairobi County school games and get into the national women's football team. That is Harambee Stars, who are in camp ahead of the Africa Women's Cup of Nations qualifier against Equatorial Guinea. The Stars played a build-up match against FKF Women's Premier League leaders, Thika Queens, and the Stars ended up getting a 5-1 win ahead of Wednesday's showdown to be staged at the Kenyatta Stadium in Machakos, and this is what they had to say.
Vizuri tumeweza kupata ushindi na pia naweza sema tumepata matayarishi mazuri na tuko ready kucheza na Equatorial Guinea tarehe 6. Ningependa kuwaje kuja wajitokeze kwa wingi, wakuja tusupport kwa sababu tunaanza game yetu nyumbani na ni muhimu sana tukipata ushindi ndio tupatie moral na pia tupatie kazi rahisi wakati tunapoenda away pia.
Yeah, first of all, I want to thank Thika Queens for giving us this opportunity in terms of playing this friendly match today. I think I'm already satisfied in terms of my players tactically, how to develop the game, especially trying to see that there are more possibilities that we can create chances to finish, to score. And this is possible in this particular match. I've seen good situations and I've seen sufficient possibility to create goals. And scoring against Thika more than 4 goals is enormous for us. So for me, I think the situation is I'm already satisfied in how my players are attacking the penalty area in terms of creating the penetration passes. This is sufficient for me. So what I'm really still working sufficiently is my midfield players to try and ensure that they give a good cover in the wide areas. So this is something that I'll develop in the coming 2 days, and I'm sure that they'll give a good account for themselves come on Wednesday. So my plea is, I would like this is a national team, and our federation have given maximum support for us to prepare well. So now it comes to both all the people in our country, those who are closer to the game and afar, those who can travel, come and show the passion, because the other time you cheered the team to the AFCON, I expect also the same conditions, that all as Kenyans we can unite and we can come and cheer our girls to dominate this game.
Well, the Harambee Stars will be playing Equatorial Guinea on 6th. That is on Wednesday at Kenyatta Stadium in Machakos. 2 games away from qualifying for the Africa Women's Championships. And so let's move away from that and move to the FKF Shield matches that were played yesterday. We take a look at the results. After the results, or we'll be taking a look at the fixtures. So we start with the results of the matches that were played yesterday. Remember, FC Leopards are the defending champions and they got a win over Isibania. So we take a look at the results from the matches that were played yesterday. But as we wait for the results, let's take a look at the fixtures for this afternoon in the FKF Shield Cup. Kisumu Hosters will be out against Reply FC. Dero FC will be taking on Nzoia Sugar. Then River Plate FC will be out against Nakuru All-Stars. And then Kabras United will be taking on Bidiko United. These are the fixtures for this afternoon in the FKF Shield Cup. Fortune Sacco will be taking on Mwatate United. Legi Ndogo FC will be taking on Talanta. Then Bajaji FC will be taking on Modern Coast, and Reunion will be out against Sofapaka. Those are the fixtures for this afternoon in the FKF Shield Cup. But now let's go to the results from the matches that were played yesterday. That is on Saturday, 2nd June. Western Steamer got a 2-0 win over Egerton FC. Then Nyuki All-Stars lost 2-0 to KCB. Nunguni Yulu were 3-1 losers to Ushuru. Then Bandari, which is a Kenya Premier League team, got a 3-1 win over Berlin. We take a look at the other matches that were played, almost 15 matches that were on the cards yesterday. Leisa got a 5-0 win over Emotions. Then we had Tusker FC getting a massive 7-0 win over Taveta All-Stars. Then FC Leopards, who are the champions, who are the defending champions of the FKF Shield, getting a 2-1 win over Shabana. Then Baba Dogo United getting a 2-1 win over Equity Bank. take a look at the other results from the matches played yesterday. Ken Poli getting a 3-0 win over Savannah Cement. Nairobi Water losing 3-0 to Azito FC. Vegpro getting a 4-0 win over KSG, and Rainforest with a 2-0 win over Sony Sugar. Other results, Bungoma Stars getting a 3-1 win over ASEC. Tandaza losing 1-0 to Zitech University. Transfork getting a 2-1 win over Eldoret Youth, and then Transmilan FC losing 3-0 to Ulinzi Stars. So those are the results from the matches that were played yesterday in the Shield Cup. Remember, FC Leopards are the defending champions, and they got a 2-1 win over Isibania FC in some of the matches that were played yesterday that we've just highlighted. So let's move away from the FKF Shield Cup and get into the Mini World Cup. Now, Standard Group had to settle for second place in the start time Mini World Cup after losing to Nation Media Group in the finals, played at Upper Hill High School in Nairobi. The tournament, organized by Sports Journalists Association, saw almost 15 teams rather take place in that tournament, and Oliver Omondi from Standard Group was named as the best goalkeeper in the tournament.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Standard Group.
But I'm happy the way the boys played. We came here as the underdogs. Yeah, 3 matches unbeaten in the group stages, going top, and then into the quarters. We also had again pulled against another strong team. Fortunately, we beat them on penalties. Into the semis, again the same thing against Capital, whom we have never beaten for the past maybe 2 years or so. But we're happy we managed maybe to eliminate them. They were the favorites of the tournament. So sailing to the final, we knew maybe this is ours, but maybe bad luck.
This tournament, remember, we'll play another one before the end of the year. The sponsors have told us we'll be back here before the end of the year. Go train hard, prepare yourself, let's see what you can do.
We want to create the hype, first of all, among the journalists, some of whom will be traveling to Russia. We want to create the mood locally, even though Kenya did not qualify to go there. We want to create the mood because everybody enjoys football. Football is a game of the people, loved by so many people. So if we start by raising the mood for journalists who cover, then they will eventually transmit it to the general public who watch. That is why we organized an intermediate tournament. You realize we have 15 media houses.
Of course, congratulations to the Rogers Eshtemi-led Standard Group team that finished second at the Start Times Mini World Cup tournament organized by the Sports Journalists Association of Kenya. Of course, Nation Media Group were the winners, defeating Standard Group 1-0 in the final. So we'd like to take a short break right now. When we come back, we'll be taking a look at the Super Cup that is currently going on in Nakuru's Afra Stadium. We also have your top 5 moments of the week. We have the international friendlies that were played yesterday, and we have a new segment right here on Scoreline, that is Women in Sports. We'll be taking a look at that, but that will be after the break.